And welcome to part 2 of my messaging apps discussion here. In this video, I just want to share some stats with you guys because it's pretty amazing when you start to really look at the stats that even Mark Zuckerberg was, I think, the first to say more people are on messaging apps than they are on social media. So I thought that this was a good resource. It's good sources here. These are all substantiated below with their sources, but this is pretty incredible that 41 million messages are sent out every minute. Messaging apps are now bigger, with 20% bigger than social networks in terms of users, and that's also for it's for downloads and monthly users. So about 2.9 billion people use Messenger and WhatsApp. It's pretty incredible, and they're pretty much Messenger is by far the most popular messaging app in the USA, but WhatsApp is the most popular one in the world. So that has the most monthly users in the world, WhatsApp. So, but interestingly, of course, Facebook owns Messenger and WhatsApp, and Mark Zuckerberg has been talking about how his plan is that he will integrate all three of these. Well, the two, right? So it will integrate WhatsApp, Messenger, so Messenger will work with Facebook, and then also bring Instagram into the Messenger thing. So it will work across all of these platforms together as like one messaging system, which will really be interesting to see how, how long that takes to integrate. I have no guesses on that. If any of you do, I'd love to hear it. So if you want to look at some of these other statistics, you can see where they are from. Just let's look at a couple of features of some of these apps that are most popular. Here's one for this was from Statistica, and this shows that WhatsApp has this is monthly active users in millions. So they have like 2 million monthly active users, whereas Facebook Messenger has 1.3 million. And then WeChat is also pretty popular. QQ, Telegram, and the Snapchat Messenger also are really popular. There's a lot of different kinds of messaging platforms that are arriving. I already talked about Viber, which is being used by newspapers to directly send push notifications for articles to their readers. So there are different kinds. Some of them, like WhatsApp, is more tailored. WeChat is more tailored to gaming. So it's really interesting to see how the apps are kind of really they're going for like real big with WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, and then also the more niche, right, ones that that can be tailored more to a specific field or industry or type of user. So let's just look at a couple of the features of the big ones. Oops. Okay, these are from Mobile App Daily. I really like Mobile App Daily. It's a great source for all things mobile. So here's their assessment of some Messenger, what makes them good features. You can send messages to anyone on Facebook without a contact number. And I should also mention that Zuckerberg announced, I think it was in April, I have the article up here, a Financial Express article, also on the Padlet, that they are now, because of course COVID, and now we see all the Zooming, and so now they are working on being able to have up to 50 users in a Messenger chat, like in a video chat. So I think that's another really interesting again, about convergence and how so it's really interesting to me. I feel like Facebook is the Amazon of social media, where it's like, nobody's allowed to do anything without them being in on it. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, so you can add stickers and emojis, you can express yourself, you can voice message, you can video call, and again, the bigger video calls are in the works. You can send money, although I've never done that. And you can connect with businesses to get customer support. So that's one of the there. And let's look at for WhatsApp. So you can voice call, video call, group. You can also run your account on your PC, which actually could account for why there are so many more users for WhatsApp, because you don't have to just run it through mobile. Saved offline messages. I meant that worldwide. Backup. You can back up your chat and media. You can share contacts. You can share docs. That's pretty interesting that you can do that. Oh yeah, so WeChat, and then WeChat has the games inside the app. There's even a mini blog for posting your thoughts. You can do your voice call, voice note. So these are really becoming like social media platforms in and of themselves, and I think in the future we're probably just going to think of them more and more just as like social media apps. I think that line will continue to blur. So if you're interested too, and I just want to mention, one of the things that you're going to be starting to write blog posts next week, learning how to write for long form social media is super important. And then one of the things that you're going to be able to do for your third blog is choose like an expert session or choose from your text. There's so many really good ones. This one is one I was highlighting. Where did it go? Yeah, this one is really interesting. This is the guy who owns Mobile Monkey, and he talks a lot about the chatbot strategies and on Facebook, and he talks about the incredible, the actual engagement rates they just blow email like so far out of the water. And I think that this is probably going to be true for at least a while, but I think we'll reach a saturation point with that too. But anyway, it's a really good expert session, and I really recommend that if you're interested in this, that you might want to watch this one. There's a couple others. There's one up there for Facebook Messenger. It's a little older, but definitely, I think it was like 2017, but it's still, I think it's still pretty good. And then you can read about how brands are using text and social media apps, for content. And basically, it's a really, they're saying it's a really effective way to deliver your content for content marketing. It's again blowing email out of the water. I don't know how long that's going to last, because you remember how we used to all love, getting our emails, and now we're like, oh, all we do is just, try to filter spam out. So, but I think because the messaging, it pushes through to your phone, I think it's definitely something that's going to be increasing. We're just going to have to see how brands are taking it. There's also Charity Water talks about how they've really increased their their ability to fundraise and reach out to donors directly using messaging apps. So if messaging apps are something that you're really interested in because you're working in social right now, and maybe your brand or organization is kind of tiptoeing through it, there are a lot of really good resources out there I wanted to point you to. So anyway, we'll talk more, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your audit results.